The ocean called for you and me.
Hello, voiceover Diana coming in. I thought it'd be fun to have a chatty paint with me vid talking about art making and motherhood, my thoughts on social media, as well as managing my mental health around it. I also asked for some questions via Instagram, which I will get to that later. Since I only have less than 9 minutes in, let's jump in. For this painting, I am using the new holbein acrylic gouache that I bought from Sekaido. It is their color pastel set. I love color pastels. I just gravitate towards them. In the previous clip, you saw that I was flipping through a picture book. I was looking for inspiration. I thought of something that is inspired by my drawing table, and I want to include my cat haku. I was missing haku so much. I was filming in Japan for this video, and I will talk more about that later. While editing this, I realized that I could hear my son's voice in this video, and made me think about how much my art making process has changed a lot. The past 2 to 3 weeks, I have been actively making time for painting. I even took leave from work so that I can send Chichi to daycare, and then after that spend the entire day painting. I used to feel so guilty about that, sending my son off to daycare so that I could paint. But a good friend reminded me that if that is what is needed to water my soul, to have a good, mental health, then I should take it, because I need to do whatever I can to be a healthy mother for my son. And since then, I thought that is really important and I should do what I need to do. It started when I was helping Chichi to sleep one night, and I thought, since I don't have time to make art, what if I just dedicate 30 minutes of every day to paint? I was so fixated on the fact that I need to finish a painting in one sitting. But that is just ridiculous. I mean, it's impossible. I started to spend 30 minutes of every day to paint. 30 minutes then became an hour became a day, and that was just a much needed catalyst for me to kind of reframe my mind and get back into making art. I have been filming most of these painting sessions because I started a series of paintings featuring my original character. His name is Umibachi, of course. I am using prompts from Peachtober for this series of paintings. Check out my Instagram because I already posted about a week's worth of paintings. I think art making and that artist side of my identity is slowly coming out from hiding. I'm slowly being less resentful about not being able to make art, and overall just, quite healthy mentally.
Still, I'm in this game, but without my closest friend. It's leaving now. I waited here, but nothing came. So
Speaking of sharing artworks on Instagram for Arttober, I recently decided to revert my Instagram account back to personal status. It's public, but it's not like professional. So that means I can't buy ads, I cannot check analytics, which I've come to realize is perhaps much better for my mental health. I have been posting art on social media like YouTube, TikTok even for a couple of years now, and let's be honest, of course one day I have hope one of my videos will go viral. We need any help we can get to raise awareness about our work. But this idea of being the algorithm's favored one, there's a sense of mysticism behind it, because I don't know how it works. I use keywords, I use hashtags, but nothing gets picked up, and I feel like I am just sharing my work to the void. Whether it is the algorithm or maybe people just generally do not like my work. I guess I have no control over it. I have come to decide that it is no longer my business. If the algorithm doesn't like me, none of my business. I just want to enjoy making art, and I should continue to create art for myself. And in fact, I should focus on the community that are already enjoying my work. I should just harness that and create a warm and friendly environment for the supporters who have supported me since day one. I think that is something that I'm truly enjoying now when I post about my current series of paintings. I love it. It feels like a very intimate space. Feel free to come by, and we don't bite.
It's shining through the light in you. It shines so true. The light in you.
Wrapping it up with a couple of questions that I got. The first one was from my friend Kay. She asked whether I am officially moving to Japan and what about haku. In case you didn't know, my husband is Japanese. He has been living in Singapore for over 10 years. Last year, his company offered to transfer him to Japan. Naturally, because he's been here for over 10 years, I thought I should support him if he wants to live back home. Singapore will be our base, but since we are still young-ish and Chichi is still very young, we thought that this is the best time to try and live in Japan. My husband is based there now and I'm still working in Singapore. We'll see how it goes next year. If I move over, then Haku definitely will move over. The reason why we didn't bring him with us in June was because I was coming back to Singapore anyway, and I didn't want to stress Haku out with the flight. Haku's logistics is actually the first thing we had done when we first found out that my husband may move to Japan. So Haku is all ready to go. It's just, it's a matter of when. So we'll see how it goes next year. The second question is from my friend Daryl, and he asked which artists or illustrators has inspired me lately. This is really tough because I have been following so many wonderful artists and illustrators. I'm sure all of them have directly or indirectly inspired my work. I am interested in making my current umeboshi series of paintings as a picture book. I have recently supported illustrator Rebecca Green through her Patreon, and I am enjoying the videos and other content that she shares on the process behind her work. I wanted to make my art style a lot more simple. They are definitely a huge inspiration for me right now. And last question is actually a very cute one. My friend Bash asked, is VO as in variation order? So just a bit of context. I asked my friends over on Instagram for questions so that I can include them in the VO of this video. So Bash's first thought was, VO, is that like a variation order? Bash is actually my colleague from work, and variation order is like this procurement thing that we deal with on the daily. So yeah, it's just a reflection of the occupational hazard that our current state of mind is in now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this little chatty vid, and if you're so inclined, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment to say hey or hello, because that really helps with the engagement, especially for micro artists like myself. These little things go a very long way. I have the next 2 videos planned already, so I'll see you very soon. Bye!